What's going on, YouTube? I'm back again with part 5 of my horror DVD update, horror, cult, exploitation, whatever DVD update. Been busy with work once again, so that's why it's been so long between parts. And this next chunk of movies, some of them I've actually sat through and watched. Others I haven't really had time to, so I'll just try and go through the ones I haven't watched pretty quickly. But I'm going to start this off with Love Me Deadly. I just got this this past week. I'm in the process of watching it now. Don't know really how I feel about it yet. It's about this chick that's into dead bodies, and she discovers that there's actually other people out there like her. There's this little like club or cult that she stumbles upon. I don't really know how I feel about it yet. I'm only about a little more than halfway through it. Not too much gore, but yeah, it's Love Me Deadly. And next up, we got The Fun House by Tobe Hooper. And yeah, I thought this movie was pretty good. It's about these kids that decide to spend the night in a fun house at a carnival, and that's obviously a bad choice. But yeah, I thought it was pretty well done. That's by Tobe Hooper, obviously. Brought you the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And excuse me. Everybody's shown this in their videos that has it. This is 20th anniversary of Child's Play with the slipcase. Don't really need to go into details about this. I'm sure everybody's seen it for the most part. Next up, we got Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I just watched this for the first time in about 15 years last week, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything like I remembered it. Of course, I watched it 15 years ago at the drive-in, but yeah, I really like the effects in this. But yeah, it's the 2-disc special edition. I realize this is on Blu-ray as well, but I wasn't sure if this is something I'd want to see on Blu-ray, and this was only like $10 on sale at Walmart, so I just picked it up. And then we got Dario Argento's Inferno. This is the second part of the Three Mothers trilogy. You know, Suspiria, this, and Mother of Tears is the last part, I guess. I just watched this recently. It was pretty good. It had the typical, you know, Argento atmosphere, just the eerie creepiness to it. Had the really strange soundtrack. Yeah, this is the Blue Underground re-release of this. I guess to find the original of this is pretty difficult, so it's a good thing Blue Underground re-released it. Not my favorite Argento. I thought it was pretty good. Suspiria was way better, and I probably like Tenebrae better of the Argento films that I've seen so far. But yeah. And then we have Don't Answer the Phone. This is a pretty decent movie about this guy that just goes around killing women, basically. It's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, it was an alright movie. It wasn't as good as I figured it might be, but yeah, just don't answer the phone. And then we have Maximum Overdrive, Stephen King's. He actually directed this, and about these machines that are every mechanical object or machine or whatever starts acting up and just goes crazy and starts killing people. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of that. And this is the older version of the movie. I picked this one up instead of the newer one they had just because I enjoyed the cover to this one better. So it's a pretty cool cover. The newer version just had text on it, and it didn't have any cool artwork like this one did, so I just picked this one up. And then next up we got one I've been looking for a while, Deranged and Motel Hell, the double feature. I got it mostly from Motel Hell, which I really enjoyed. Very, very strange film about these two farmers that capture people and harvest them, I guess, bury them in the ground up to their necks, and when they're ready, they turn them into beef jerky. So yeah, it's very strange. I wonder who came up with the concept for that. But yeah, I was glad I was able to pick this up. I actually had to go on Amazon to get it, but it figures. I just saw it at FYE a few days ago, used for less than I picked this up at Amazon, but I was really having a hard time finding it, so I had to resort to Amazon. I haven't watched Deranged yet, but eventually I will. Fortunately, this is a flipper disc, and yeah, and they actually re-released Motel Hell on a triple feature pack with Needful Things and Wrong Turns, so I might actually just pick that up for the other two movies, which I haven't seen yet, and just have another copy of this particular movie. Highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it yet, for any fans of just really strange, offbeat horror films. And then next up we got Hatchet. I kept hearing about how good this was, how funny it was. Yeah, I really enjoyed this a lot. I was amazed at how much humor was in it. There's a few people you might recognize being in it if you've seen it. The dude from Grandma's Boy, the guy that was always talking like a robot, and the black dude from Not Another Teen Movie. I don't know their names, so forgive me, but yeah, this is a very funny movie. Well, a lot funnier than I thought it would be. But yeah, it's really gory. Body count's pretty high in it too. I won't really get into what happens, but yeah, this is one I recommend as well. I'm sure people have heard of it, at least, if not already seen it. But Hatchet. And then next up we got Lucio Fulci's Zombie. And I understand that there's a bunch of different versions of this film. I just happened to stumble upon this one, so I picked it up. And it's the Blue Underground, a release of it. I really want to try and find the release with this guy on the cover. I guess it's hard to find and out of print, pretty expensive. But yeah, as far as zombie films go, this is one of the better ones, I thought. Probably in my top 5 after Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Zombies of Manchester Morgue, or The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, then probably this and something else, I don't know. But this is up there. Very graphic, very enjoyable. I like the soundtrack to this movie as well. Blue Underground, man, they're coming correct as far as releasing horror films and cult films. I'll go ahead and show you some Blu-rays I got recently as well. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the Ultimate Edition, like the Steelbook. It's got some extra Blu-ray exclusive features on there. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Shocking Truth, Flesh Wounds, 7 Stories of the Saw, a tour of the Texas Chainsaw House with Gunnar Hansen, blooper reel, deleted scenes, etc. So yeah, this is definitely one I'd recommend if you have a Blu-ray player. This is pretty much a no-brainer. I don't really even need to recommend this. People know. If you've seen this at the store, you know you probably picked it up where you're going to if you got a Blu-ray player. But definitely And next up, this was a must and a no-brainer for me as well. John Carpenter's The Thing. Can't wait to watch this in high def just to see how the actual alien creature looks and just the overall picture itself. I'm just really interested in how that's going to actually look. One of my all-time favorite films. But this is a no-brainer as well as far as picking this up for any horror fans. That's part 5. I'll go ahead and jump to part 6 here pretty soon. I'll probably put that up tonight. And I guess I'll see you guys when I do that.